Welcome to our first English lesson in Year 4. We are going to be focusing on our cold task today, as we always do at the start of a new unit. So I am just going to share my slides with you, or a little bit far ahead. So over the next 2 days, we'll be writing our cold task, and we're going to be focusing on a defeat the monster story, defeat the monster tale. Think about what we might need to include in our writing. See if you can build your own success criteria. Think back to our always success criteria. Think about neatest handwriting, joined on the lines. Think about finishing sentences with a full stop or a question mark or an exclamation mark. See if you can create a bit of a success criteria for your own writing today. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. So unpause this video when you are ready. Quick starter, following that up, is a sentence doctor. I have a short phrase here, which is the old witch. Can you add in an expanded noun phrase to better describe this character? It might come before the phrase you see here or after. You may even want to develop this into a short character description that's maybe 3 or 4 sentences long, just to get those creative juices flowing, ready for your story writing, because there is obviously quite an emphasis on the character in your cold task. So that might help you a little bit later on in the lesson. Think about what our 5 parts are to a story. See if you can pause this video quickly and tell me what are behind my blue boxes. So, introduction, build up, problem, resolution, and ending. Take a couple of minutes just to think about what we might expect to see in each of those stages of a defeat the monster tale. And also think about why we write a cold task. What is the point of us just giving you a couple of days to write your very own story? Hopefully you're thinking of a couple of different ideas with the fact that it allows you to write independently, which is a really important skill. It also allows you to see how you progress from a cold task to a hot task. It lets us see how well you've listened, how well you've focused on the learning in between and applied that to your hot task, your later independent piece of writing. There are lots of different benefits to writing a cold task. Okay, hopefully you may build on a little bit of prior knowledge from previous year groups, and maybe even take some of the features from other tales and put them in here. What we hope to see in a cold task is some things that you've done really, really well and transferred from previous learning, and then some things that we can identify as targets to move forward with, that we can work on, we can progress and we can develop, and we can hopefully see an improvement in our hot task. And then the next piece of writing, we carry that on. Okay, so take a few minutes just to really plan out what your monster, defeating the monster tale is going to be exactly. Think about the characters you're going to introduce me to at the beginning. Think about where it's set. Are you just in a house? Are you in a school? Are you in the park? Do you have 3 or 4 main characters? Maybe there's just one main character, but a few characters that have less important roles. Maybe you and a friend are about to set off on an adventure. You don't have to be children. Maybe you're focusing on adults or teenagers here. Think about why they are going to go on this adventure. And as they set off, again, change your setting, see how descriptive you can be, the figurative language you can use, similes and metaphors and adjectives Tell me about the colours and the sky, the sounds that you can hear. And then start to hint at something bad that is going to happen. Is that there? Maybe you reach the entrance to a cave. All of a sudden, the sky starts to turn a little bit darker. The wind picks up. As you look around, there's no one in sight. There's no light. Those small hints that you give to the reader that draws them in and tells them that something's bad is going to happen. If you want to, you can start your problem today, but I would actually suggest probably leaving that for tomorrow. Make sure your character description is really good. Make sure your setting description is good, and maybe leave today's work on a bit of a cliffhanger. Maybe it's the entrance to a cave. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's another character warning you not to go up the mountain because of the monster. You can be a lot more descriptive and a lot more creative. I don't want to give too much away. This is a cold task. It is supposed to be as independent as possible. Just to re-explain, your cold task today, you are going to be writing an introduction and build up to your very own defeating the monster tale. If you want to, you can maybe even draw the monster that you're going to be describing at some point. That might help you with your creativity and your writing. You may want to label it with different adjectives as well. I look forward to seeing the start of your different stories and also the finished products tomorrow. Bye bye, Year 4.